Hi guys, this is Shifa Merchant. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mama Bear and Baby. This video was extremely crucial and an important one for all the pregnant mama bears out there like me, as we're going to be discussing and talking about all the effects novel coronavirus or the COVID-19 as we know it has on us pregnant women. And just like me, I'm sure so many pregnant mama bears out there have the exact same queries, concerns and questions when it comes to COVID-19, this new pandemic that has us so anxious and worried. Especially with pregnancy, we women are already going through so many physiological changes, hormonal changes, and now to add to it and make things worse, COVID-19 is an additional fear. And I, for one, have been constantly reading, researching, asking questions. But sadly, what makes me even more nervous and anxious is that there is no data, there's no research to support the questions, and hence I couldn't find majority of the answers that I'm looking for. I remember there was a post done on 21st March on WHO's Instagram profile about pregnant women and what care they should take, which is exactly the same as the rest of the population. We have to follow personal hygiene. We have to make sure if we have even mildest of mildest symptoms like sneezing or coughing or fever, we have to wear masks. We have to self-isolate. Make sure you are under house arrest. You self-quarantine yourself. Do not go out unless, of course, extremely important and can't be avoided. Even though when you have to step out, make sure you're wearing masks, you're sanitizing your hands, and you're maintaining personal hygiene because that's extremely crucial and important, because you cannot touch your face, eyes, or nose or mouth with your hands. As you don't know, your hands have touched so many other surfaces. Always carry an alcohol-based sanitizer on you at all times, and make sure you use soap and water to scrub your hands, wash your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds, and do not forget to turn the tap off while you're doing so, while you're lathering. Don't forget to wash between the finger gaps, under your nails, scrub your palms, the back of your hands. Wash your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds. So basically, WHO is saying that pregnant women need to follow the same protocols as the rest of the population is following. And I remember I had posted a comment on under that post where I still had so many concerns as a soon-to-be mother. I have so many questions in my head and none of the questions are answered. No doctors are able to answer it. There's no data available online, nothing on CDC's website or WHO's website. And I was really surprised to see so many women, pregnant women, have the exact same concerns like I did. And it's completely normal. It's okay to have our own fears and anxiety and concerns when it came to COVID-19, because since this is a new virus, there's not enough data or research to support it. Scientists all over the world are still toiling and working day in and day out to give us the answers that we need. And some of the questions that I had always, and I still do, is how does it affect me as a pregnant woman? Will I transmit the virus to my baby if I contract it? Are there any specific measures or medicines that I can take, any immunity boosting medicines that we can take as pregnant women? Does this affect the placenta? Does it affect the growing fetus in any way? Does it cause any growth issues? Is the virus transmitted during birth or after birth, during breastfeeding, so on and so forth? There's so many questions, and sadly, there's nothing available online. We just have to wait, be patient, and in the meantime, take extra precautions, because we are responsible not only for our lives and the lives around us, but the little one growing inside you. That baby's life depends on you, depends on us. So we have to walk that extra mile, put our fears aside, and take the best precautions that you and I can take. Maintain social distancing. Do not go out in public. Even if there are people coming home, make sure that you are segregated. Make sure you're in a separate room, and make sure the surfaces wherever people are touching, even if they have mild symptoms, they should be wearing masks. But even if they are wearing masks, make sure that the surfaces are sanitized with an alcohol rub too. India is in stage 2, and what we've seen in other countries, it took them like a week to go from stage 2 to stage 3, which was a pandemic. WHO has declared COVID-19 a pandemic, and that really is scary. So the best thing for you and me to do as of now is to maintain social distance, is to self-quarantine, is to self-isolate, stay at home, do not step out. Even if you have a slight runny nose, stuffy nose, you have a slight headache, you have mild fever, immediately self-isolate. So if you see any of the symptoms are worsening, you have to take immediate action. But most importantly, stay alert and take all the precautions in the world. Now, whatever information I'm going to be putting out there in this video, it is from WHO's website and CDC's website. And I would suggest and recommend that do not believe anything that you read online, especially your WhatsApp forwards or even online or even videos. So all the information that I'm putting out there through this video has been taken from WHO and CDC. These are the two sources. And if any other sources I'm taking information from, I'm going to be mentioning, like the Lancet, for example. But so what do we know about this pandemic and the most infectious disease as of now that has no vaccine? And truth be told, there's no timeline. We do not know when will a vaccine exist and when will they come up with one. So as of now, the mildest symptoms that you should keep a lookout for are fever, dry cough, and tiredness. But apart from that, you also spot few other symptoms like runny nose, stuffy nose, wet cough, or headaches. Even though these are not common symptoms, but you should still self-isolate and take extra precautions, even more so because you're pregnant, just to be extra sure. And WHO has already declared that 1 out of 6 individuals that are tested positive for COVID-19 are going to become severely ill with respiratory tract infections and with breathing difficulties. So this infection cannot be taken lightly. This virus cannot be taken lightly. And as you women must already be aware that we as pregnant women, our body's immunities are always low. It's at an all-time low. And my doctor actually told me, because I've sat down and had chats with so many, that this is how nature has designed our bodies. The reason our immunities go low when we're pregnant is just so that our bodies do not reject the life growing inside us. Our bodies do not reject the growing baby. So this is one of the most natural things that happens throughout pregnancy. Our immunities are at an all-time low, but this also puts us at a higher risk for bacterial and viral infections. And as previously seen, whether it's the seasonal flu, SARS, or MERS, it affects pregnant women more severely, as pregnant women show different symptoms that are more serious and severe. So we have to be very careful when it comes to bacterial or viral infections. And I remember just 2 days back, my DMs were flooded, my phone was non-stop ringing, and I was receiving so many messages from friends and family and so many other pregnant mamas out there when the UK government recently announced that pregnant women, according to them, come under the high risk category along with the elderly and people that already have existing underlying serious health conditions like heart problems. Pregnant women just need to follow the same set of precautions that the rest of the world, the rest of the population is following. And that puts my mind at ease a little bit. But again, you're about to be a mother soon and you can't help but think about all the worries and all the problems that might come along if in case we happen to be in that high risk category. So the best thing you can do as of now is hang in there. Remember, you're not alone in this. So according to the Lancet, they've published a study based on 9 COVID-19 positive pregnant women. They were all in their 3rd trimester. And when they delivered their babies, none of the 9 babies had the virus transmitted from the mother. So this study shows and proves that the virus cannot be transmitted from a COVID-19 positive mother to the fetus. So this is like a small teeny weeny hope and a silver lining amidst all the madness. And all these 9 women were from Wuhan, China, the epicenter of this pandemic called COVID-19. So all my prego mama bears out there, hang in there tight, have faith and belief that this too shall pass, and take all the extra necessary precautions, walk that extra mile, maintain your personal hygiene, make sure you always are washing your hands, scrubbing those hands with soap and lather and water for at least 20 seconds. Do not step out. Make sure you're staying indoors, staying home, staying safe. If you have a person around you that might show signs of COVID-19, make sure that that person is segregated, staying in another room. You are away from them. You're not touching the surfaces and touching your face. with the same hands. Be aware all the time, be careful, read up, come online, share your stories. You never know who you might end up inspiring. Be there for each other. Talk to your gynecologist, talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to other prego mama bears. If you feel like you want to chat with me, all my handles are going to be mentioned in the description. Feel free to leave a DM. There's so many DMs from so many pregnant women that I've already replied to, and I love hearing from you guys because I get to hear your side, your story, and somewhere in my heart it gives me like a good feeling. It gives me hope that we all in this together and we're going to come out of it as a winner. And if we don't do it for our babies, if we don't do it for this precious life growing inside us, then when are we going to do this? And social distancing and self-quarantine is the only way, prevention is the only way to fight coronavirus, considering there's no vaccine as of now. But till we get all the answers, we look at the bright side, we stay positive. I would love to hear from you guys as well. If you know any other websites that you guys are referring to, or any other websites that are updating with more research data or information, I would love to read up about it. I'd love to know more about it. So feel free to drop your suggestions in my comment section, and I would love to go through and read each and every one of them. And keep coming back here to my channel for some mama bear and baby love. Also, before you go, if you really like the video, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.